Hello, I'm in the Citizens Theatre in one of the rehearsal rooms with Gary McNair, who is the writer and director of next week's play, Born to Run. Welcome, Gary.
Hello.
Tell me a wee bit about the play.
Okay, so it's a monologue which is performed by Molly Taylor. It is about a woman who faces a large decision in her life, and she decides to make this decision while she's running because it helps clear her head. So the play sort of straddles many themes, one of which on the surface is about running, but inside that is about the notion of a decision-making process.
And it's a tragedy. It's a comedy. It's a tragedy comedy.
I don't think it's a tragedy or a comedy. Hopefully there'll be some moments of laughter in it. It's a piece of storytelling. It's a piece of fiction inspired by a true story. The true story, I say, inspired by in that wonderful way we do. I heard this woman's story, and it just made me think, I need to try and somehow capture the essence of that, which I hope I've done well. We join this woman. We're going through her thoughts and what's going through her mind as she makes this decision, and she's telling you her story of how she's got to this point of crisis.
And it's something of a departure for you, if I'm right, Gary, because up until now you've largely written for yourself to perform.
Yeah. This is a bit of not a risk as such. It'll be fine. It's a bit. A departure is a good word because I normally write for myself, but I do want to write other voices that other people could perform in a whole new way that I couldn't. And actually,
are you enjoying that, directing another actor?
Yeah, it's great. I've had the good fortune of working with Molly before, and so I know how wonderful she is. I know how we've got that kind of shorthand with each other. She can critique the writing in a way that I know is valid and welcome in a discussion and help charge it forward.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just really changeable as a performer, so she can really give you much more than I could imagine on the page and with myself. So it was very liberating to write this made up character. Instead of thinking about it all filtering through my mouth. I could just sort of create this person and then get someone like Molly in to sort of imagine it again in the amazing way that actors do.
Yeah. Now tell me, you've been doing all kinds of things recently, all kinds of different things. Tell us a little bit about the recent past.
Well, I've been over the last sort of while trying to break my practice down into its component parts, writing being one of those things. Because as you said, I tend to write and direct and perform the things myself that I make. But I've been trying to kind of break them down, partially to improve it, each individual element, but also to kind of explore what those individual elements are and take joy from that. So I've been involved in a sort of mentorship recently with the Playwright Studio Scotland, where Douglas Maxwell has been looking at my writing and suggesting ways that I could further it and stuff, which has been really great. I've also been exploring new ways of working with the NTS programme that I'm involved in, called the Auteurs Project. Now the auteur, you might recognise the French cinematic term, which we've kind of straddled into theatre, meaning practitioners that are out there that kind of do it all, the writing, directing.
I suppose the nearest Scots word for it would be McNair.
Aye, just sort of getting it all done. And we're involved in that. There's a few of us involved in that, and I've been able to just kind of take some sideways steps for a while and see what I want to bring back into my practice.
NCS are very good that way, aren't they, in giving young artists a chance to take a little time to examine their work and think about it and develop it.
They're sort of, they seem to be focused on what they can produce tomorrow, like next, in the future.
Yes.
And they understand that they need to help people realise that now, not just to try and get out of people what's in them just now, but to try and help them take that and add it to a whole host of other things to make that thing the sort of, I don't know, theatre of tomorrow, whilst not taking away from what it is just now. I think. Does that even make sense?
It does. It does.
Good. And yeah, so so I've been just exploring my practice in a very fun way.
And things in the pipeline. You've got again lots of
So Crunch, which started here at Play Pine and Pint, is going to be going on the road.
Yeah.
We're going to be taking it around Scotland and then venturing into that other place called England as well.
Check out the website because the tour details will be on that when he gives them to me.
They will be, and I will send that. And that's going to be circulating its way around. And also, I'm going to be redeveloping a show that I started last year with NTS called Count Me In, which is a show about voting systems.
Right.
And it's a sort of interactive piece, which is currently being reworked for a teenage audience.
Right.
We felt it important to kind of look at who are the voters of tomorrow and where they place themselves and how they see their voice within that conversation.
Right.
So I'm about to start redeveloping that for younger audiences. So quite exciting.
And you're also working with a group of people. You were doing something this morning.
What was that? So we are, along with David, there's a whole host of us involved in the 250th play at Ormore, which is very exciting. I've got to say, a very great honour to be involved in that. I was thinking back to, I was trying to work out actually how long that would be in weekly slots and seasons. When did it start?
We open on the 20-something of February. It's the last week.
When did the actual Play Pine Pint start?
Oh, we started
trying to sort of backdate
in
it.
2004.
2004.
And this is year 8.
Yeah.
And
So
it's going to be a bit of a landmark, a bit of a party.
yeah, it feels like because 2004 I was early on in my studies actually, and so like that was kind of all starting out there in a sort of world I didn't really know. So now coming into that sort of, it feels like quite an honour to be in at that sort of landmark stage.
It's great that you are.
Thank you.
I don't want you to forget why I'm talking here to Gary, which is to encourage you to come and see Born to Run. I think it's going to be a terrific show, and Molly Taylor is a terrific young talent, and it'll be a very good piece of exercise at lunchtime. Look forward to seeing you there. Thank you, Gary.
Thanks
very much.
Cheers.